Sawasdee krab. Good evening. The television pool Thailand brings you the live transmission of the Royal Merit Making Ceremony on the second day following the passing of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha Narendiradebyavati กรมหลวงราชสารินีสิริพัฒน์มหาวชิรราชธิดา to be held at the Piman Rattaya Throne Hall within the ground of the Grand Palace Bangkok. For people in Thailand, you can watch this program narrated in English if your television set has a dual language system or via the website prdwe.prd.go.th and the Facebook NBT World. My name is Captain Dr. Yongyut Mayalab, and I shall be the narrator in English language for this live telecast. You can see now the view, the evening view of the Grand Palace with the Dusit Mahaprasad Throne Hall in the background. The venue of the event this evening is at the Piman Rattaya Throne Hall, which is situated to the south of the Dusit Mahaprasad Throne Hall and is connected to it by Mukrasan. Yesterday, we have seen the live transmission of the ceremony to convey the royal remains of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha Narendiradebyavati กรมหลวงราชสารินีสิริพัฒน์มหาวชิรราชธิดา from Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital, the Thai Red Cross Society, to the Grand Palace. The royal motorcade was led by the royal vehicle of Their Majesties the King and Queen. The distance of about 10 kilometers was covered in a period of time of about 20 minutes to 30 minutes, passing various locations in Bangkok, beginning from the Phumi Siri Mangalanusorn building of the Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital. The royal remains of Her Royal Highness was conveyed by this van, which traveled all the way from the hospital, and along the route, Thai people dressed in black paid their final respect to the royal remains of Her Royal Highness. With deep sorrow, they all gathered together, humbly waiting for the arrival of Their Majesties the King and Queen and members of the royal family, as well as the conveying of the royal remains of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha. There are some individuals whose influence cannot be measured by the positions they held, the honors they received, or the titles by which they were known. Their true greatness is found in the lives they changed, the hope they inspired, and the compassion they shared with others. Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha Narendiradebyavati กรมหลวงราชสารินีสิริพัฒน์มหาวชิรราชธิดา was such a person. Throughout her life, Her Royal Highness chose to stand beside those whom many seldom noticed, the vulnerable, the disadvantaged, the forgotten, and those struggling to find their place in society. She saw beyond circumstances and recognized the humanity within every individual. Where others saw mistakes, she saw potential. Where others saw despair, she saw the possibility of renewal. Where others saw barriers, she sought pathways to opportunity. Her Royal Highness possessed a rare combination of intellectual brilliance and genuine compassion. She understood that lasting change requires both wisdom and action, whether working in the fields of law, justice, diplomacy, public welfare, or humanitarian service. She approached every responsibility with dedication, humility, and unwavering commitment to the common good. The royal motorcade turning here into the Grand Palace via the Viset Chaisi Gate, with the final destination being the Piman Rattaya Throne Hall. which was where the royal ablution ceremony for the royal remains was held yesterday, attended by Their Majesties the King and Queen and members of the royal family. Many will remember Her Royal Highness as a distinguished legal scholar, an accomplished diplomat, and a respected representative of Thailand on the international stage. Yet perhaps her most enduring legacy lies in her ability to touch human lives at a personal level. She listened to people, she understood their struggles, she encouraged them to believe in themselves when hope seemed distant. This is the interior of the Piman Rattaya throne hall, and you can see the royal urn for the royal remains of Her Royal Highness being placed under the 70th Great White Umbrella of State. Piman Rattaya throne hall is situated to the south of Dusit Mahaprasad throne hall and is connected to it by Mukrasan. His Majesty King Puttayod Fajulalok the Great graciously commanded its construction at the same time as Dusit Mahaprasad throne hall. It served as the royal residence of the king on occasions when he resided within this group of royal residences. This is the recording. Let me just return back to yesterday's event. Their Majesties the King and Queen, accompanied by members of the royal family, yesterday presided over the royal bathing ritual and the first evening of Buddhist funeral chants for Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha. The religious rites took place at 5:10 p.m. and during the proceedings, His Majesty the King instructed an official from the Bureau of Royal Scribes and Royal Decorations, Secretariat of the Cabinet, to read the royal command elevating the honors of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha. His Majesty also directed officials to place a 7-tiered white umbrella of state over the royal urn as a mark of honor. Their Majesties the King and Queen and Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajagrisarinthan took their royal seats. His Majesty performed merit-making rites, including offering of saffron robes to monks in accordance with royal traditions, and the pouring of the lustre water as a symbolic gesture of disseminating merit made to the deceased spirit. 47 sets of robes were presented, corresponding to the age of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha. His Majesty then lit candles and incense before the ceremonial offerings for the Prapiti monks, who chanted the Abhidhamma recitations for Her Royal Highness the late Princess. After the chanting concluded, Their Majesties performed the water pouring rites as you have just witnessed, and the monks offered blessings. At the conclusion of the ceremony, Their Majesties acknowledged the assembled dignitaries and departed the Grand Palace by royal automobile. So for this throne hall, Piman Rattaya throne hall, initially, as I have mentioned, was used as the royal residence of the king on occasions when he resided within this group of royal residences. At times, this throne hall was also used as the residence of senior female members of the royal family upon royal command. During the reign of King Rama II, Her Royal Highness Princess Gormalung Thepawadi, a daughter of King Rama I, was graciously permitted to reside here. And during the reign of King Rama V, Her Royal Highness Princess Sudha Ratana Rajaprayun was graciously permitted to reside at this throne hall when her former residence was dismantled for the construction of the Chakri Mahaprasad throne hall group. Subsequently, this throne hall became the venue for the royal ablution ceremonies of the royal remains of kings, queens, royal consorts, and numerous senior members of the royal family in successive reigns. You can see the royal urn of the royal remains of Her Royal Highness, Princess Bajrakitiyabha. In royal Buddhist rites, the royal urn or พระโกฐ functions as the sacred symbolic presence of the deceased, anchoring merit-making, contemplation of impermanence, and the orderly transmission of royal Buddhist meaning without physical contact with the body. One of the great golden urns is being used here. พระโกฐทองใหญ่ or the great golden urn is the royal urn used for royal remains of the kings and for the remains of senior members of the royal family. His Majesty King พุทธยอดฟ้าจุฬาโลก the Great graciously commanded its construction in the year 2351 BE. It is made of carved wood, octagonal in shape, entirely covered with gold, and has a lid in the form of a royal crown. It is the urn with the highest rank. The royal chronicles of Rattanakosin, reign of King Rama I, เจ้าพระยาทิพากรวงศ์ recorded that it was first used for the royal remains of His Majesty King พุทธยอดฟ้าจุฬาโลก the first reign. Besides the kings, the members of the royal family who are granted the use of the great golden urn upon their demise included the queen consort, the queen mother, the crown prince, the crown princess, and the เจ้าฟ้า or the highest ranking prince and princesses as graciously commanded. At present there are 3 great golden urns in total. The first one was commissioned by His Majesty King พุทธยอดฟ้าจุฬาโลก The second was commissioned by His Majesty King Chulalongkorn of Rama V, who ordered His Royal Highness Prince กรมหมื่น ปราบปรปักษ์ the Deputy Minister of the Ministry of the Royal Household and Director General of the Department of 10 Craftsmen to construct it. This urn is referred to as the Great Golden Urn of King Rama V. The first 2 urns have been used repeatedly and are now deteriorated. Therefore, His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great or King Rama IX graciously commanded the construction of the 3rd Great Golden Urn, which was first used to accompany the royal dignity of Her Royal Highness Princess กัลยาณิวัฒนากรมหลวงนราธิวาสราชนครินทร์ There are altogether 14 levels of พระโกฐ or royal urns that can be used for the remains of members of royal families and royal cousins, and พระโกฐพระราชทาน or โกฐพระราชทาน or royally bestowed urns for the remains of high-ranking officials, and they start from โกฐโถ or โถ urn and โกฐแปดเหลี่ยม or octagonal urns all the way to the highest level of พระโกฐทองใหญ่ or the great golden urn. The royal urn that contains the sacred remains is adorned with flowery patterns that you have seen just a little bit earlier, being completely decorated in accordance with the royal status or status of honor. And traditionally, the decoration of a royal urn has many levels of sophistication befitting the status of the royal or sacred remains. And on this occasion, all accompaniments of the royal urn are bestowed. So, the royal urn used for this royal funeral ceremony is now being placed under the 7-tiered white umbrella of state. And you can see the attendance to today's event with member of the Privy Council, the Prime Minister, the President of the Parliament, and the President of the Supreme Court of Justice, and representatives of various governmental sectors. In connection with the royal funeral rites of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha, royal command was graciously granted for her remains to lie in state here at Pratinang, Piman Rattaya or Piman Rattaya Throne Hall, and this marks the first time in the history of the Thai royal court that such an honor has been accorded. The Piman Rattaya Throne Hall is a white masonry structure elevated above the ground level and surrounded by verandas on three sides. Its roof consists of three diminishing tiers in traditional Thai architectural style and is covered with glazed roof tiles. The roof is adorned with traditional decorative elements, including Shaw Fa, Bairaka, Hang Hung, Nak Sadung, and Cheung Chai. The pediment is elaborately carved with the image of Brahma riding a swan and decorated with gilded glass mosaics. Originally, Pratinang Piman Rattaya served as a royal bedchamber for the king, and as I have mentioned on certain occasions, for members of the royal family of high rank. During the reign of His Majesty King Vachiravudh Rama VI, it was used as a venue for gathering of royal associations and for the conferment of royal decorations and honors upon members of the royal family and ladies in waiting. It was also used for royal ablution ceremony of Her Majesty Queen Sawapa Phongsi, the Queen Regent and Queen Grandmother. Here's the Buddha image, according to the day of birth of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha, which serve as the principal Buddha image here at the hall of Piman Rattaya Throne Hall. As I have mentioned about the countless initiatives and charitable endeavors that Her Royal Highness devoted herself to, helping people rebuild their lives, regain their dignity, and rediscovering their sense of purpose. Her work was guided not by obligation, but by sincere concern for the well-being of others. It was this compassion that earned her the affection, respect, and gratitude of people from all walks of life. Today, as we mourn her passing, we also celebrate a life of extraordinary meaning. We remember a princess who led with kindness, served with integrity, and gave without seeking recognition. We remember a woman whose strength was matched by her gentleness and whose wisdom was illuminated by her humanity. Although Her Royal Highness is no longer with us, the values she embodied remain. Every act of compassion, every effort to uphold justice, every opportunity given to someone in need carries forward the spirit of her work. The royal motorcade of Their Majesties the King and Queen has now arrived at the Grand Palace. Their Majesties the King and Queen travel by royal motor vehicle, accompanied by Her Royal Highness Princess Siriwanwari Nari Rajaganya, His Royal Highness Prince Tipankon Rasmi Chod Mahawachirottamangul Siri Vibun Rajakuman. Departing from Amphonsathan Residential Hall, Dusit Palace, for Piman Rattaya Throne Hall in the Grand Palace. The vehicle arrives at the crystal wall gate of Dusit Mahaprasad Throne Hall beside Rajakaranya Sabha Hall. Soon they will ascend the Mukrasan staircase of Piman Rattaya Throne Hall to enter the Throne Hall. You can now see the outside of the Piman Rattaya Throne Hall, which is situated to the south of the Dusit Mahaprasad Throne Hall within the western section of the Mahamuntian group inside the Grand Palace complex. The Throne Hall is connected to the Dusit Mahaprasad Throne Hall by a structure known as the Mukrasan or connecting pavilion. The Dusit Mahaprasad Throne Hall is where the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, is lying in state. Their Majesties the King and Queen are now entering the interior of the Piman Rattaya Throne Hall. His Majesty the King has lighted incense sticks and candles at the two-tiered gold pedestal worship set in homage to the Buddha image representing the day of birth of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha Narendiradebyavati, กรมหลวงราชสารินีสิริพัฒน์มหาวชรราชธิดา and he has paid homage. His Majesty the King proceeds past the members of the royal family and government officials in attendance to light incense sticks and candles at the worship tables before the beds of the Prapititham monks chanting the Abhidhamma on the eastern and western sides of Piman Rattaya Hall.
Sa มา อ ปัตนาจายาจายโยสัมมานันนาตาราปัตนาจายาจายโยอันนายามานะยาปัตนาจายาสายาปัตนาจายโยโอปานินาสายาปัตนาจายาปัตนาจายโยปัจจาจาตาปัตนาจายาปัตนาจายโยกัมมะมะปัตนาจายโยอวิปากาปัตนาจายา
Upon completion of the 4 rounds of the Abhidhamma chanting, officials will now invite one ecclesiastical dignitary who will offer the Adirek and 8 Prapititham monks who chant the Abhidhamma to take their seats at the monks' platform. All being ready, His Majesty the King will then proceed to present monks' robes. Then he will return to the royal seat. Their Majesties the King and Queen will perform the pouring of dedicatory water after the monks performing the funeral rites. The chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures refer to a formal Buddhist ritual in which monks recite teachings from the Abhidhamma Pitaka, one of the 3 major divisions of the Tipitaka or the Buddhist Pali Canon. The Abhidhamma contains deep analytical teachings about mind and mental processes, ethical states and mental qualities, the nature of reality or ultimate truth, and causality, and how experiences arise. It is considered that is the most advanced and philosophical section of the Buddhist scripture. In Thai royal tradition and in many Buddhist cultures, the chanting of Abhidhamma is believed to bring peace to the deceased. It reminds listeners of impermanence and the path to liberation. It supports the spiritual well-being of all who attend. For royal funerals in particular, Abhidhamma chanting symbolizes honor at the highest level of respect, blessings and merit dedicated to the royal person, and spiritual guard for the journey beyond. So the chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures is the recitation by the Buddhist monks of the analytical teachings of the Abhidhamma Pitaka, traditionally performed to honor the deceased and dedicate merit, especially in royal funeral ceremonies. Officials are now placing the prapusayom, the ceremonial long cloth, gold embroidered, connecting between the royal urn and the monastic platform, serving as a symbolic connector of merit made by the offering of saffron robes by His Majesty the King to the monks. The merit that made is symbolically transferred to the royal remains of Her Royal Highness. Patra means a set of Buddhist monks' robes. It consists of 3 pieces of monastic robes: sabong, which is the lower robe, jiwon, which is the upper robe, and sankati, which is the outer double layer robe. Together they form the complete set of robes required for a fully ordained monk. In Thai Buddhist practice, Patrai refers not only to clothing but to a formal offering to monks and a symbol of high merit. The monks will now perform the funeral rite.
นิจจาวัตสังขาราอุปาทวยธรรมิโนอุปาจิตวานิโรจันติเตสังอุปสัมโมสุโข
His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen will now pour the dedicatory water, followed by the offering of blessings by the monks, the offering of the Adire.
ยะถาวาริวหาปุราปาริปุเรนติสาคลังเอวะเมวะอิโตทินังเปตานังอุปกัปปติอิจิตังปฏิตังตุมหังคิปะเมวะสมิจจตุสัพเพปุเรนตุสังกปาจันโทปนะระโสยะถามณิโชติระโสยะถาสัพพิติโยวิวัยจันตุสัพพะโลกวินาศตุมาเตภวัตวันตรายโยสุขีทีขายุโกภวสัพพิติโยวิวัยจันตุสัพพะโลกวินาศตุมาเตภวัตวันตรายโยสุขีทีขายุโกภว ตุสัพพโลกวินาศตุมาเตภวัตวันตรายโยสุขีติขายุโกภวะอภิวาทนาสิริสนิจังวุฒาปจายโนจตารโรธรรมทันติอายุวันโนสุขังภาลังทาสิเมอากาสิเมยาติเมตาสกาจะเมเปตานังทาคินังทาชาปุเปกตมโนสรังนะหิรุนังวาสุโกวายาวันยาปริเทวนานตังเปตานามัฏฐายะเอวันเตตันติยาตโยอายัญจะโคตาคินาทินนาสังฆามิสุปฏิทิตาติคาราตังอิตายาสถานะโสอุปกาปฏิโสยาติตัมโมจะอายังนิทาสิโตเปตานะโมชาจักตาอุลาลาภลัญจะภิกขุนมโนปทินนาตุมเหญาปัสสุตังอนาปการติอติเลกวัสสตังชีวตุอติเลกวัสสตังชีวตุอาติเลกวัสสตังชีวตุทีฆายุโกโหตุอโลโกโหตุทีฆายุโกโหตุอโลโกโหตุสุขิโตโหตุปรเมนทมหาราชาสัพปรมราชินีสิทธิกิจจังสิทธิกัมมังสิทธิลาโภชโยนิจังปรเมนทะมหาราชวรัสสะปรมราชินียาสหะภวตุสัพพทาขอถวายพระพรภวตุสัพพมังคลังลาคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนัสสตาเทภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพธรรมานุภาเวนัสสตาโสทิภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนัสสตาโสทิภวันตุเต
So following the offering of the saffron robes to the monks, the congregation among then chanted Sadapakorn, which is a formal Thai Buddhist term used especially in funeral and royal merit-making ceremonies, meaning the chanting or recitation of funeral verses by monks, performed after offerings such as robes or arms to dedicate merit to the deceased. Following that, Their Majesties the King and Queen pour lustre water into a receptacle, which is in the sacred traditions of Thai royal funerary rites. This is a moment of profound meaning, a moment where devotion becomes visible through a single graceful act, the pouring of lustre water. Meticulously blessed by the Sangha represents the collective merit of an entire nation. As their Majesties pour the water gently into the ceremonial vessel, it symbolizes the dedication of pure and boundless merit to the revered royal personage who has passed on. His Majesty the King proceeded to the front of the worship set and pay homage. As I have mentioned about the pouring of lustre water, every droplet carries a message of love and remembrance. Every ripple signifies a prayer for peace, liberation, and a noble transcendence beyond the impermanence of earthly life. On the 13th of June 2026, yesterday, His Majesty the King of Bhutan, His Majesty the Fourth Druk Gyalpo, Her Majesty the Gyalchon, Her Majesty Gyum Shering Pem Wangchuk, and members of the royal family of Bhutan offer prayers and 1,000 butter lamps at the Grand Curé of Tashi Chotsong for Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha, who passed away on the 11th of June 2026. The ceremony there in Bhutan was attended by senior government officials, the Thai community in Bhutan, and officials from the Royal Thai Consulate Office. Bhutan and Thailand share a warm and long-lasting friendship, and the royal family and people of Bhutan have conveyed their deepest condolences to His Majesty King Mahawajiralongkorn, Phra Vajiraklautayuhua, the royal family and people of the Kingdom of Thailand. Messages of condolences have been pouring in from various countries around the globe on the passing of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha. Today, as we mourn her passing, we also celebrate a life of extraordinary meaning. We remember a princess who led with kindness, served with integrity, and gave without seeking recognition. We remember a woman whose strength was matched by her gentleness and whose wisdom was illuminated by her humanity. With profound gratitude and deepest respect, we honor the memory of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha. May Her Royal Highness rest in eternal peace. May her example continue to inspire future generations, and may her legacy of hope, dignity, and compassion endure forever. The name Bajrakitiyabha, meaning a radiance as brilliant as a diamond, is perhaps a reflection of her character and lifelong service. Wherever Her Royal Highness traveled, the compassion and goodwill she extended to others invariably shone forth for all to experience. Among the gentle memories cherished by many, Her Royal Highness grew up surrounded by the love and guidance of her mother, Her Royal Highness Princess Somsawali Kromamun Suttanarinath, who constantly instilled in her the principle, you must learn to help others. In addition to helping yourself, you must also help others. These simple words were not merely heard and forgotten. They gradually took root in her heart and became a steadfast commitment that she upheld throughout her life. Blessed with exceptional ability in the field of law, Her Royal Highness earned a doctoral degree from Cornell University in the United States of America. Yet, she did not confine her knowledge to academic study alone. Rather, she applied the principles of law to create opportunities, justice, and hope for countless people. At the heart of her aspirations was the desire to extend justice and human dignity to those whom society might otherwise overlook. She wished the law to serve as a refuge for all people equally. Her success was therefore measured not by rank or distinction, but by the smiles and renewed hope of those who were given an opportunity to stand once again with dignity. One of the most enduring images in the hearts of the people is that of the high-born princess walking through the iron gates and high walls of correctional institutions under the Gamlangjai project, under royal initiative. She brought smiles and warmth to female inmates and their infants, offering encouragement and new opportunities to those who had made mistakes in life with genuine understanding and compassion. It was through this commitment to providing a second chance that Her Royal Highness extended her efforts beyond the walls of correctional institutions to become a driving force behind the development of the Bangkok Rules, which were subsequently adopted by the United Nations. They became the world's first international standards dedicated to protecting the rights and improving the quality of life of women prisoners. Her work dispelled despair behind prison walls and restored the light of hope to eyes once dimmed by hardship. Her efforts were not confined to correctional institutions. She also created opportunities for children and young people who had lost their way while in juvenile detention centers, enabling them to return to society with dignity through the establishment of the BBG Sports Club. Through the spirit of sport, she sought to help these young people discover their own potential, transforming sweat and past mistakes into brighter futures. Her love for the nation and its people was also reflected in many other endeavors. She initiated the Pachara Sutta Kachanurak project to foster coexistence between people and wild elephants, restoring lasting harmony to forest and surrounding communities. On the international stage, Her Royal Highness represented Thailand with grace, goodwill, and exceptional ability. Through her significant role in promoting the rule of law, criminal justice, and the protection of vulnerable groups, she earned appointment as Goodwill Ambassador on the rule of law and criminal justice for Southeast Asia of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, or UNODC. Even in matters of national security, Her Royal Highness demonstrated remarkable determination by undertaking rigorous military training and serving as Deputy Commander of the Royal Security Command with the rank of General. She devoted herself to duties for the benefit of the nation and inspired younger generations to believe in their own potential. The path of virtue and service to which Her Royal Highness dedicated herself for so many years has now reached its completion in accordance with the universal law of impermanence. A great light has returned to the heavens, leaving behind a sorrow that is difficult to erase. The tears shed by the people these last few days did not arise from despair, but from love, devotion, and profound gratitude for a princess who devoted herself to the service of others. Although Her Royal Highness has now departed and will not return, the legacy of her compassion behind prison walls, within juvenile detention centers, and across every land that once knew hardship will continue to be preserved and carried forward. As the nation awaits daily opportunities to make merit for Her Royal Highness, the hearts of all Thai people are united as one in preserving the smiles and hope that Her Royal Highness bestowed upon them, so that they may remain a source of strength for generations to come. This diamond-like light may have disappeared from sight, yet it will continue to shine in the hearts of the people for all time, forever enshrined in the hearts of the people with deepest gratitude for her immeasurable benevolence. The hearts of the kingdom grieves this solemn day. Its brightest royal light has passed away, yet her compassion shines through sorrow's veil, a radiant grace that never shall grow pale. Now to the heavenly realms she gently flies, beyond the clouds and far beyond the skies. Though from our mortal world she has withdrawn, her light shall live and guide the nation on. Boundless was her gracious benevolence, priceless beyond all earthly measure. Princess Bajrakitiyabha, noble in virtue and steadfast in purpose, bestow comfort upon the afflicted and hope upon the disheartened, leaving an enduring legacy within the hearts of the Thai people. Throughout her life, Her Royal Highness devoted her wisdom, strength, and compassion to the service of the nation and the well-being of the people. Her noble deeds brought relief to suffering, dignity to the vulnerable, and opportunities to those who had once been forgotten. Now the heavens have opened to receive her return. The celestial stars shine brightly across the firmament, as if to illuminate her passage to the eternal realm. With the deepest reverence and profound sorrow, the Thai people humbly bid farewell. Though Her Royal Highness has departed from this earthly world, the light of her compassion and the legacy of her service shall remain forever in the memory of the nation. May Her Royal Highness ascend to the heavenly abode and dwell in everlasting splendor within the radiant celestial palace. May her noble spirit rest in eternal peace, forever cherished in the hearts of the Thai people. Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha, affectionately and familiarly known among the Thai people as Princess Pa or Pha, was the eldest daughter of His Majesty the King and Her Royal Highness Princess Somsawali Gromamun Suthanarina. He was also the first grandchild of His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great or King Rama IX and Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. Her Royal Highness was born on the 7th of December, BE 2521, at Ampon Satan Residential Hall, District Palace. watching the live telecast of the Royal Merit Making Ceremony for the royal remains of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha Narendiradebyavati กรมหลวงราชสารนีสิริพัฒน์มหาวชรราชธิดา held at the Piman Rattaya Throne Hall within the Grand Palace, Bangkok. Television Pool Thailand would like to thank all viewers for kindly watching this live telecast. Please join us again for our next telecast of the Royal Merit Making Ceremony for the royal remains of Her Royal Highness Princess Bajrakitiyabha tomorrow at the same time at 18:50 hours Thai time. Your narrator has been Captain Dr. Yongyut Mayalab. Thank you again and please join us tomorrow. สวัสดีครับ Good evening. Goodbye.
ติดตามรับชมการถ่ายทอดสดของเรามาโดยตลอดในวันนี้พันเอกสุธีสุขสากลคุณนิสารัตน์อมรักษ์และดิฉันอุรัสยาเพชรสดศิลป์พร้อมด้วยผู้บรรยายภาคภาษาอังกฤษร้อยเอกนายแพทย์ยงยุทธเมยลาภต้องขอลาท่านผู้ชมไปก่อนสวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ